Sarah, you ready to start?
Yeah, you do your thing.
Yeah. So this is a POS Podcast panel. I think this is the first time we actually had like an official POS Podcast panel. We had like a hybrid one where we did like Brony Breakdown and POS Podcast.
Hybrid.
Yeah. We did that at MSP this year. And but the POS Podcast is a podcast that Saber and I started up about a year ago. We've actually started, just did our 1 year anniversary this month. So we've been doing it for a year now. It's like a every other week podcast kind of thing, and we just do like entertainment stuff. Because since Saber and I used to do Brony Breakdown, we decided after that we kind of retired it, and then we really wanted to do a podcast again. So we decided, oh, let's just talk about shit. So
just to make sure, is this a G-rated panel?
No, this is 18 plus.
Is this okay?
It's an 18 plus.
Curse as much as you want.
Darn yes. All right, so I'm curious. I'm sorry.
Be careful. My
Gotta pray
feelings.
the Lord. So how many of you have seen Brony Breakdown? And I won't be hurt if you all haven't. So
I don't know
nobody.
what that is.
No, okay. So like he said, it's a podcast we used to do back in the day. POS Podcast is kind of the spiritual successor.
Yeah.
And so how many of y'all seen that at all?
Oh. Yeah. If you look it up on YouTube, it's like the first thing that pops up.
Yeah.
So if you just type in POS Podcast on YouTube, it'll just pop up.
Sell out. Don't subscribe to this channel.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we do that every other Monday, and we have a couple of people who join us. Do you all know who Brony Curious is? Tommy? Yeah, he's a host. And then there's a guy who you probably have not heard of named Jim.
Yeah, Jim.
Just Jim. You probably don't know anybody named Jim in your life. Everyone's like, you know that Jim in your life? That exact guy is on.
Though you might know him.
Maybe?
Have any of you watched the Pizza Party podcast? Oh, wow, I'm surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you?
Well, yeah, maybe not.
Okay.
I mean, this podcast isn't that popular. It's a podcast run by Rebel Taxi, and he does a podcast, and Jim's also a co-host on there. So people might have known him from that. So, yeah.
We're gonna be honest with you. This podcast will most likely be just us talking to you about whatever. Like that's just shooting the breeze, talking to y'all. Very interactive. Don't be shy. Race Best will probably be joining us later. Hopefully not. He'll probably leave the room. What are you doing with your... What?
I just don't talk to the camera.
Can you zoom in my face? Zoom in. Zoom in. Oh.
Wow.
Wow. That's the Owen Wilson wow.
Yeah, wow.
Do y'all know who Owen... Wow.
Wow.
Is anybody a fan of Zoolander?
Yeah.
Let me sing another movie. It looks amazing. Cannot wait. So Payla's the one who's pretty much in charge of POS Podcast. So what do you want to do from this point on?
Yeah. There were a couple of topics that we didn't talk about on the last podcast that I thought we could bring up.
Yeah.
The Shia LaBeouf thing that happened in New York, where he was watching all of his movies.
What do y'all think about Shia LaBeouf? Do y'all like him?
I don't care.
Yeah, he's so. Nostalgia? Yeah, he used to be on Even Stevens back in the day. It was a good show.
Yeah.
And then Holes. That
Yeah.
was a good movie.
It was the closest movie to the book that I've ever seen. Yes!
There's a book?
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
you didn't read the book?
You didn't read the book? No, I didn't read the book. I know there's a book. That's why I said,
That's
why I said, is there a book?
It was super popular in elementary school.
Is there a book? You say, you haven't read this book? No, I have not read the book.
My brother's read the book, Holes. He says it's a very faithful adaptation of the film.
Yeah.
Okay.
They even named him Shia LaBeouf.
In the movie, in the book, the Shia LaBeouf comes out.
He plays himself.
Exactly.
There's also this World War II movie called Fury. He plays like
I saw
Oh
that.
yeah, that's right.
And for some reason, the tanks had like Star Wars lasers. The Germans had green bullets, and the I wasn't rebels. The Allies had red bullets. It's like, is this Star Wars with tanks?
Yes.
And Brad Pitt. So yeah, okay. So Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
So you all like him then? What's kind of the little census here?
I think he's alright.
He's kidding.
I think he's cool, but he makes himself a little hard to like at times.
Somebody said that he's one of the very few performance artists that we have left, just with all his weird like hijinks. Like there was that thing in New York where he watched his own movies, which is kind of bizarre, but like, do you think that was like he planned that out? It was just like, I want to do this today.
I don't know. I mean, it's really weird. I know that Jim, our co-host on POS Podcast, he lives in New York. He lives in Brooklyn, and he was actually going to go see it, but the line was like so long, so he was like, "Ah, forget it." So.
I think Shia LaBeouf actually like fell asleep during one of the movies.
Yeah, it was like the third Transformers he fell. Yeah.
Wow.
Didn't
Yeah.
we all?
It's like a Prussian, like, you're like, oh, I'm just going to watch one movie, and one movie turns into another, and then another, and then another.
There you go.
Yeah.
Rent the theater out.
Stop.
So what other topic do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
That's it, really?
Political climate of Tanzania.
What?
Political
Tanzania.
climate of Tanzania.
What's Tanzania?
That's the country.
I know it's a country. I know it's a country, but what about Tanzania? Do I want to go climbing in Tanzania?
The political climate of Tanzania.
Oh, that is what you asked. Okay, so. Well, I wanted to talk about the Armenian genocide instead, but you know.
I mean, that was
Fun
too.
time.
Yeah, actually, no. Okay, no. Actually, I like history, so I won't start it. Does anybody watch Hardcore History at all? Dan Carpenter? No.
Oh, hardcore history is a specific thing?
It's a podcast.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
I've heard of drunk history.
Drunk History is
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
They have another season, I think, on Comedy Central already airing. It's good. Or you can watch it online for free. So, do we want to bring Race up at this point?
Yeah. Let's bring on.
Race, come join us.
Oh, gosh.
Here. Yeah. Yeah. I got the camera over here.
Okay, never mind.
Oh yeah, another topic I was gonna.
Hi.
I feel like we should just make that a thing. Like, whenever Race like comes onto a panel, like anywhere, we just boo him.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, we applaud you guys. He comes up, we just go.
Thank
Hey,
you.
everybody.
Yeah.
Actually, specifically you.
Even better.
We're gonna do a little bit of a practice session. See those red letters up there? What do they read? That's for you.
Damn.
I'm throwing it down. And that was your fault, so you can thank him for that.
How many of y'all are subscribed to his channel? Why?
Why? Watch it from the cars.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so, Taylor, what's this other
Yeah,
topic?
the topic we actually read it earlier is that Alex Hirsch put out a post on Tumblr that Gravity Falls has only 2 more episodes left in the entire series. Yeah.
He's
So-
trolling.
Yeah, I was gonna
No.
say though, isn't he notorious for like?
He said it's not a prank, though. Like, he's like, this is not a prank.
Yeah.
That's what I would say if I was pulling a prank.
See, yeah.
That would really take a lot of people off.
That
Though. I feel like that's bad form.
So?
I don't know what level of pranks he's done before, though.
Well, why would they wait till
So
this
it's
long
just-
to announce that?
Because like Disney's been like dragging out Gravity Falls
Well, yeah,
for
it
the
does.
past few years.
Excuse you, I'm just starting to get into the first season, so
Did you watch it?
I haven't.
Oh, I would suspect like Sarah would like just force you to watch it.
No, well that's
She's
the
too
thing
busy
is that
watching what's
it's
Wonder
not the
Woman.
easiest thing to just find.
No.
Silly for funny enough. Yeah. Anyone else having the cider? I'm getting drunk.
I wish I had some.
It's not an alcoholic cider.
What else you got, Taylor?
Troll.
There's something else I was gonna bring up, but I completely forgot about it.
What we can do is
Yeah.
give a topic you want to bring up for us to discuss with you all. Just raise your hand and we'll call you out. Yeah, what's up?
How'd you guys come up with your names?
That was me actually. Oh! You mean our personal names? Budget and POS names.
My parents helped me out with mine.
Your parents helped me out with mine too. Saber Spark. Saber Steve was my name back in the day. So my name is Steven, and I used to play. Yeah. What are you snickering about? Scuba Steve. What?
Keep going. It's
Yeah,
a good
because
story.
you like Scuba Steve, right?
Yes, honey. Alright, so Scuba Steve was taken when I was trying to make a name on Warcraft.
You're welcome.
Because I was a jock and I was in good shape and I wanted to play the games. And then I thought, well, Scuba Steve's gone. Saber Steve. Ooh. And then I went with that for a while. And then I tried making a YouTube account and Saber Steve was taken. I'm like, what nerd took that name? And then I tried, well, Saber Spark. Oh, okay. And here's the funny story is, when I first got into the pony fandom, I was going to have an identity change. And I was going to call myself Professor Pony.
It just costs too much.
I
so-
never got around to it. Thank God.
Oh, that reminds me. I did think of the other topic I was gonna bring up,
What?
but I'll just answer the question first. Or Race, do you want to?
Well, what's the question so I don't forget it? And then
Okay, it's the video.
Oh, thank you for being specific.
Yeah, just your video.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh,
Promotion.
okay. Yeah. Anyway, my name Paleoceno comes from paleo comes from paleontology because I wanted Because I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was a kid. And then steno comes from Stenobretonensis, which is the scientific name for a rough-toothed dolphin, which is my favorite species.
Well, everyone knows that.
Race?
What does my name stand for,
What
Saber?
does the AC stand for?
Antichrist.
Air conditioned.
Yeah, so let's see. Way back in the day, AOL Instant Messaging needed a nickname. I'm like, well, I like race cars, so race. Best. Race best.
Best is his last name.
Yeah, so that was a combination deal there. And then on top of that, when I got onto YouTube, for some reason Race Best was taken. But I don't know by who. YouTube has a way of telling you things are taken and then being like, but it also doesn't exist. Twitter did the same thing to me, actually. And then, so I added the AC in front of it for Acorn Cafe, which is, initially I thought I was going to be making videos based on Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. So,
Nerd.
Nerd.
He's lying. He's really an android. It stands for analog controlled.
I thought it was, since we're in Wisconsin, I thought it was H cheese.
That's actually good. That's the first time I've heard that.
Anaerobic CrossFit.
How about air conditioning?
Air conditioning is a common
I
air
thought it was,
conditioner.
I thought it was thinking alternating current.
Okay.
Alicorn, that's another one.
Animal Cross.
Alicorn.
I mean,
Alright.
being the engineer, alternate.
I like Antichrist though. That's
I
the
think
best.
I'll always go
Yeah.
with Antichrist now.
Yeah, Antichrist Race Best.
Yeah. So the next thing, before we get more topics, is the thing that I remembered was Saber put out a video just yesterday because he was editing it the night before, and that's why he didn't get any sleep yesterday.
First one this year.
Yeah.
It's been a good year.
Yes, better than last year. So I made a
It's
video.
only November.
Oh, don't worry, I'll catch up. So I made a video called "Our Fandom's Bad," and since you all are here, I assume that you all have been in the fandom or two.
Yeah.
Or three. So the video's about 12 minutes long. I try to be fair, not take one side over the other. Just initially, our fandom's bad. What do y'all think?
You're not wrong.
Don't be shy.
Sometimes I think they can be.
How do you define bad?
How do you define bad? We suck.
We're no Sonic fans, but we're not that way.
I would just say that every fandom is.
Every
In
fandom-
some way. In some way.
Bad?
Yeah.
So, you're raising your hand.
Yeah, well, they're actually, the Star Wars prequels do have their fan base, and that's fine. I agree with them. But there are some fans of the prequels who make the insane proclamation that if you don't love all 6 Star Wars movies, you're not a true Star Wars fan.
So basically, it's the no true Scotsman's fallacy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm part of the Jar Jar Binks fandom, so.
He was a Sith Lord.
There's actually a theory going about that he
Yes.
really was
Yeah.
like in charge, and
Yeah.
George Lucas is like, oh, Jar Jar's the key to all this, or whatever. It's like,
King of Tequila.
I think I watched like the first part of the the making of someone. They did like a sort of a documentary, and it's like the video's like going through the storyboards, like this is gotta. He's like going through Jar Jar's like this has gotta work.
dude,
This has gotta work. If it doesn't work, the whole thing fails.
I already.
there's this funny, like, I watched the documentary of the making of episode 1, and George Lucas is so disconnected in so many ways, where he had Natalie Portman and the little kid Jake Lloyd at, like, Lucas Ranch, which sounds really creepy, but whatever. And he's like, well, I'm gonna go meet with, it's like Bill Clinton never said. I'm gonna come meet these kids and talk to them about the roles of what they're gonna be doing. But the kids like cookies. So he brought them a plate of chocolate chip cookies and milk.
Oh my God.
So just imagine George Lucas walking in,
It's the next Jared.
Honestly, I never got why they didn't make. Why they didn't make? It would be a bit better if they actually made Anakin the same age as Padme in the movie. She was like 14, 16.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
it's like sand. It gets everywhere. It's so cool.
I hate sand.
I'm making a point about like when you go into the.
Well, I like the fact that you get younger Anakin with his voice crack.
Weren't we talking about fandoms? Like Star Wars?
Yeah.
So I said in the video. I said in the video that fandoms aren't bad. They're not good. They're just full of people who, some of them can be jerks.
I thought you were gonna say they're full of shit.
Well, they are full of shit.
It's semi-religion in a way.
See, that's okay. Some people in the comments were saying things like, "Well, Christianity is a religion," or no, it is. It is. Sure it is. I guess Judaism is as well. No, but is that Christianity is a fandom, and I'm like, what?
Gilgamesh was first.
I'm like, this is the idea of having fandom over the Christianity. Like, it's kind of hilarious because now when I go to church, it's like, man, that pastor is such a nerd.
Wait, so are you saying that whenever you like go to church, you don't see a bunch of people cosplaying as Jesus?
Well, all I can say is the Pope is the equivalent of being horse famous. That was the, yeah, people are like,
Make that a thing.
the book was better. So,
I wrote a fan fiction based.
Man, that Mel Gibson was too intense.
There's a joke that the Book of Mormon is Bible fan fiction.
well, I think they said Dante's Inferno was the world's first fanfic, which is at hell. So.
Well, if you really want to describe it, fanatic is like exactly what Christian, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, this world's full of all kinds of types of like good, chilled out people, and some people are like, burn it all down.
yeah.
So I mean, there are fanatics, and there are those who are like, listen, I'll do my thing, you do yours. And that's the thing that applies to fandoms. Like, you have people who are like, I can't believe you don't like Diamond Tiara, and I'm gonna kill you. It's like, just calm down. Versus those who are like, Pinkie Pie's okay. So, I mean, what do you two think?
What?
Are fandoms dead?
Our fandom's dead?
Dead. Well, yes. Bad. I'm gonna say bad. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think so. Like, not like what?
Go on.
He was done listening to you.
Next.
I mean, like, I think all of them have like there's certain like bad parts of them.
Here's a better question. This is gonna sound kind of mean. Top 5 fandoms you can't stand.
Okay.
I asked it to my coworkers, and they were
Wait,
like,
can I answer the question before we
No.
go?
Go on.
But like I asked you this earlier, where I kind of did my fallback. I'm like, well, are people bad?
They
Are humans bad? They can be. It's like I feel like the same applies to fandoms. It's
Fandoms they're just full of people, so.
Yeah. It's,
For top 5, I know we talked about this in a Skype call, and we mentioned Homestuck, and we
we're gonna hurt some feelings right now.
But then we were
armor.
But then we were like, wait, what happened to Homestuck?
Yeah,
like this just
Homestuck
disappeared.
It fell off the face of the earth. Like Undertale's like, get out of here.
Yeah.
It's a horrible podcast. Get out of here. Save
You don't
yourself.
want to be here.
Run.
He's like, I just use a trash can, which is a podcast. All right. So, all right. What about you?
As far as top 5 like worst
That you dislike?
that I personally dislike.
Yeah.
I don't really dislike.
Oh, kumbaya.
You have to.
No, I mean it's just the thing is I'm not so internet hip enough to be. I mean I barely know how to use Google.
I can't stand the Chippendale fan.
Me too.
See, but would you guys even know it existed if I wasn't
No.
around?
Actually, no, there was that gadget thing. There was a cult.
That's
Yeah, the
different.
gadget cult.
No, that's your fandom.
No.
That's your fandom.
It is.
Actually, see, that's the exact thing. Is
That's
when,
your
it's like the thing that happens in the Brony fandom where we're like, well, we don't consider them part of our fandom, and here I am doing the exact same thing.
There's like with those Chinese like inflatable dolls that showed up.
Oh, in what?
Yeah.
What? Is it the Chinese inflatable
Ponies
dolls or
or
ponies?
Rescue Rangers?
Yeah. Have you not seen those?
Oh god.
I don't want to.
I've heard the
How do you
worst
get?
type of
Does
fan
anyone know how to use
that
Google?
I
I need
have
to.
is like,
You type one and then you do it.
Well, I found myself when he was talking and stuff.
No, I don't like. That's the thing is that I don't unless like I actually like it. I don't actively really look at it. Like I was never really into anime and a lot of that other stuff. All anime fandoms dislike.
Oh, who here watched One Punch Man?
Yes.
Really
Cool.
dislike the One Punch Man
I
fandom.
love your shirt.
You like it?
Anyone that wears a One Punch Man shirt is an idiot. So
No.
Jack's Blade's gonna burst through the doors.
He just runs all the way up here.
It's a great show.
Well,
Watch
you know,
No,
it's
yeah.
it's really just a satire anime, pretty much.
it.
Yeah.
It's from the Shogun.
It's like making fun of shonen and stuff.
Or Shogun, yeah.
Yeah.
Shogun.
I think this is an obvious one for the worst, the Twilight fandom.
Yeah, she's the worst
Oh.
pony.
Hey.
What I like about the vampire books and the
She never turned into a
fiction that
vampire.
became a bestseller.
Here's a question. Okay, so boy band fans like One Direction, Justin Bieber. Do you feel like they're lesser in your eyes because of their obsession and it's a boy band?
Is there a difference between a fandom and a fan base?
Yes.
That is a good question.
Yes. Okay. Can I?
Take down the video. We gotta add something.
This recently, which is kind of a funny coincidence. But I think the difference between fan base and fandom, and are fandoms bad? No, I think they're ultimately kind of neutral. But I think the difference between like fan base and fandom, if I can use like a weird visual metaphor, is that like a fan base is like, okay, here's the show and here's the fan base, and we're all kind of like looking up at the show, appreciating the show. A fandom is kind of like the show's up here, and the fandom kind of is associated with it, but we're all looking inward into our own drama and like pressuring each other, like, oh, if you don't like this, then you're not a true fan. So a fandom is like focused too much on itself, whereas a fan base is kind of respectful and it's kind of.
Start off by saying fandoms aren't bad, and then you got into the drama.
Well, drama's
Just
not-
curious.
Well, they're not ultimately negative.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're ultimately purely good either.
Okay.
You know-
And don't get me wrong. I agree with the. I don't think fandoms.
What blows
are...
my mind is I've done so much research on this stuff, and for some reason, not even once I came across the word fan base during my research, and I feel so blind.
I'm sorry.
Ew, why is it naked? Oh, wow, actually, it's naked. Well, there's my innocence.
Like you had it.
Welcome to the POS Podcast.
Hi.
Honestly, the ones that don't make sense are ones that are in the, when you look in the tech side of things, the ones who are like, they only swear to Android, they only swear to Apple, they only swear to Microsoft.
Oh, yeah.
And if you like disagree with any of them, you're an idiot or they actually
Yeah.
defend the
How dare you be
actions
different.
that even if, like, I'm somewhat of an Apple fan, but like, if they're gonna defend an action that I think is stupid, like, that's stupid.
Well, they're diehards. Not all of them, some of them.
Yeah.
And what I think about is all this passion, all this loyalty. What was it back in like the 1700s, 1600s, 1500s? Oh, I'm part of the British fandom. French.
Well, we know how nationalism is.
Yeah, sure we don't.
Imagine like back in the day when
He's part of the Axis fandom. Get out of here.
I could just imagine like humans when they discovered fire. They're like, oh my god, I'm gonna cosplay as a fire tomorrow. This was a bad idea.
Fandoms throughout the ages.
There's your next video.
It's part of the pointed stick fandom. Well, I'm gonna stick with the wheel. It's less corn.
That fandom went nowhere.
Rule 34.
What's the point?
Stop it. All right, so new topic then.
Yeah. Well, we got like, what, 30 minutes? So
Yeah.
we can do the questions. You want
Yeah,
questions?
if you want to add also a topic in, by all means.
Yeah.
So, fire away. Yes, sir.
So since you're all YouTube creators, what's your general consensus on YouTube? Because some people think YouTube's great, and some people think that YouTube is just possibly the worst video sharing site.
No,
But it's
not-
the only one.
It's not bad. I think it's. I mean, YouTube. I was talking to.
I mean, it's not the only one, but it's like the only
So, I mean,
one.
there's like Daily Motion and whatnot, but YouTube still has that graph.
Yeah, they can't like put a dent in it.
So
YouTube, I mean, is amazing for what it's done. I mean, it's connected. It's brought humans very close, and we get to share videos and creations and everything. All those things. And one thing I love the most about it is how it grew so rapidly. Because like, there's almost like this point in 2010 or 11 where
Yeah.
everything changed when social media was brought into the fray. Like,
Yeah.
because like there's like almost a pre-social media YouTube and a post-social media YouTube, and things are
Yeah,
different.
I was looking at like Google Trends, and you see like a spike between like 2009 and 2011 where it just like jumped up.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
And now it's become more of a business where you have like YouTube Red, and you have like PewDiePie who makes millions of dollars, and it's kind of a glimpse into the future of media and what's to come, where the middleman is no longer really needed. And cable companies hate that. I'm like, yes, die. But I mean, is it bad? No. Is there stupid stuff on it? Yeah.
Is it perfect? No.
No.
But yeah, like you said, overall, it's actually. I mean,
We wouldn't be here.
that's what I was going to say. Is that really YouTube was the groundbreaker as far as people getting videos on the internet and being able to share content and building something beyond what I think YouTube probably even imagined what it would become.
It's because you have like before it, Newgrounds, Y Team and D, Funny or Die, Funny
Yeah.
Junk, and then YouTube was kind of what brought all the creators together, saying, "Hey, let's call this place home." One platform, which I like diversity, and there is some, but YouTube definitely is like the juggernaut.
What I like about YouTube also is the name YouTube, because I remember back in the day. Does anyone remember BigBoys.com?
That sounds like a porn site.
This is my point about why I like YouTube's name, because I remember when whenever you bring that up at school, everyone's like, okay, what is this? But, and then it later changed to break.com. But it was another one of those video sharing sites where they'd like choose a video each day where someone did something stupid or cool or whatever. So,
Remember the Pain Olympics?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, there's a line.
Hey, aliens find that, they're like, we don't want to go out to this planet. What's up, man?
I always see like the reason I think YouTube succeeded was there was like two reasons. First of all, the design of the site. Even with all the stupid redesigns, some of the unnecessary redesigns, it's still like a simple site. Well, a lot of the shared video sharing sites had like a problem with like they always clutter, especially with ads and stuff.
Yeah.
The other one
It's a good thing YouTube doesn't have ads.
And also, YouTube still has like the best player.
Yeah.
I think that's the other thing. And number two, the infrastructure, because YouTube is owned by Google, so they have like the resources to actually have a proper.
They have the biggest internet resource in the world.
Yeah, so I think the one problem with YouTube at the point is going besides the comment section is which is most icy spaceport realized.
I was just gonna say, has anyone ever considered what would happen if we woke up tomorrow and YouTube was gone?
Oh no.
Like, just think about that. Like, literally, if it just was gone and did not come back.
Something would rise and take place immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
But how much would be lost?
A lot would be lost, but it would be replaced.
Yeah.
Immediately. Some damage would. Now's our time. Now's our time. No.
Downey Voice would be like, oh!
Going back, the problem is their broken copyright system.
That's a work in progress, and there needs to
Yeah,
be
they're starting to like
mass
yeah.
reform that. But okay, let's ask some other questions. Yes, you.
Okay, so with that YouTube, if you got like an offer to do a cable TV show, but you couldn't do YouTube, would you do it?
So you had to drop YouTube
You had
to
to
do.
drop YouTube.
How much are we talking?
Yeah, how much money?
Yeah, well that's the thing. Like they're like, oh,
No, we'll give you.
If I make over $5 a month, then I'm already on profit range.
Twice as much as I make.
Really?
Whoa.
We can
Paleo's over there with like $1,000
pool our
bucks.
money and get a taco. I mean, I know Fred. Do you all remember who Fred is? He did that.
He was on Nickelodeon.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way the internet is.
I think
Eventually a person will fall into stage.
Actually, I do remember watching a video. He actually did like a video where he actually reacts to his own. The guy who did Fred actually reacts to his own Fred videos. He's like, I did that.
And now he's like on Nickelodeon breathing his life, but the because there is also like old YouTube where you have things like Ray William Johnson. So I know Smosh is still around. Niga Higa, those guys around, and you see these old YouTubers now because there was like what happened is the era of Let's Players arrived, and everything changed after that.
That was what, 2013?
2012 or so. That's or 2011, 2012. It was around when like PewDiePie and Amnesia. I thought that was the game that really changed everything.
Yeah, Amnesia was one of those.
I always thought Solitaire had a lot to do with it.
Gamer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, if I was let's say I had 1 million subscribers, like worthy of cable channel to ask me, I probably wouldn't do it because fans will abandon you like bats if you like become a sellout.
But if you
John
if you had
he made a video recently. I don't want to call him a sellout, but he made a video recently that
with
was like,
Battlefront.
and Walmart, which
Yeah.
I can. He needs to eat. You know, he needs to make his money.
Yeah, but he's like nearly 2 million subscribers though. And makes a lot of views per
I wonder
month.
if his 2 million subscribers use AdBlock.
Yeah.
All right. Any other thing or that next question? What do you want, Dave? You sharp
What are your thoughts on YouTube Red?
Oh.
They got 2 of my videos pulled.
Really?
Already? That didn't take long.
It didn't. The second it hit, because what it did was like I imagine a number of videos went down on that dark day.
Oh,
Two of the Hasbro videos that we've made, 2 of the 3 got taken down because of some of the music that was in it, and it's because it was pending. It wasn't because it was a copyright hit. It's just that they didn't have verification from the company saying yes, they can use it. It's like the company's like, well,
you're dealing with a Japanese company.
Yeah, and
That's not
I
the
saw that.
They didn't say no. They just said,
But they're very protective over their IP.
Yeah, I saw that a lot of J-pop and K-pop fans were furious over YouTube Red because it took down so many videos.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
And
So.
What did you guys think about, you mentioned earlier, like what would happen if we woke up tomorrow and YouTube was gone? What do you think about Vessel? It's got a paywall.
but you
Yeah.
can see videos.
I've heard of this though.
Yeah, it's like you could go and see videos from YouTube creators, like the big shots, like I think JonTron's on it, but you can see stuff a week in advance because you paid $10 a month or something.
We're gonna see big changes in the internet and over the next like 5 to 10 years
It's
where
actually, because there's a lot of websites actually use, when they want to play a video, they actually use the YouTube embedded player. So that's going to be, I think
dude, screw Facebook. I can't stand that they've changed.
There's a problem with people stealing videos from YouTube and putting them on Facebook.
Of course,
Yeah.
it happens all the time. And the thing is, okay, I've noticed a trend of these Twitter accounts, like Dory from Finding Nemo or Tina from Bob's Burger. And what they'll do is they'll get really popular, and then they'll start stealing jokes from other smart Twitter accounts and claim all that glory. Because the thing is, those accounts can make over $100,000 from just doing paid promotions because they have a huge audience. And it makes me pissed off. I want that money. Yes.
What was the very first, if you can remember, very first thing of ponies that you encountered, like the fandom, video-wise?
Moonbase Alpha.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first thing I ever saw, and that's when I was like, "What is this show?" Because my girlfriend and some other friends online were into it, and they're like, "Hey, I don't even know if they asked if I wanted to watch the video. I think they were just like, "Hey, watch this," and I was, in the Skype call. I'm like, oh, "Okay, I'll click and see what the heck this is," and I was like, "What a weird looking show."
Mine was Friendship is Magic, bitch. Where it's like, do you like bananas?
There was this channel that would take fan art and voice it over, and they had a Homestuck one, and it was like Homestuck meets My Little Pony. And I'm like, where are these ponies from? And then I found like Meme Base, and everything just fell apart after that.
And now you're here.
And now you're here. 4 years later. All right, next question. No. Oh yes.
How quick was it for you to realize that, hey, I'm a brony now? For me, for example, most people say it takes over them slowly and gradually.
You sound like a disease.
My doctor handed me a slip and he said, "I'm sorry."
He's like, coughing a lot, and you've been having performance issues in bed, but your diagnosis is you're a brony. I'm so sorry.
I'm a problem.
Yeah.
I think the most embarrassing
What was that, Dave?
So would you call that a stable condition?
Yeah.
And with that, we flip the table.
No, he leaves. So for me, it was when I was on, so I hated the show at first. I'm like, this Gil does, this is stupid, whatever. And then I saw it get really, really popular on YouTube and other places. I'm like, I want to be internet savvy and know what's going on. So I watched the show again, and I liked it. And I was in North Georgia at the time, going to school, and North Georgia is kind of both progressive at the campus I was going to, but also thrown back in time where we're still gold mining apparently. So I went to Walmart to get the Rainbow Dash toy, brought it back home, brought it back to my apartment where my older sister and her fiance lived, and I was trying to fix Rainbow Dash's hair because it wasn't show accurate. So I'm cutting it with scissors, using hairspray, and my older sister walked into the house and just sees me with it. I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm a brony. How about you guys?
I think it's when I started doing videos just about them. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm more now.
Yeah,
This is my life now.
Well, my girlfriend had to force me an episode. She was like, "Just sit down and watch this," and I was like, "No," and I refused, and she was like, "Just watch it once, and then I won't ever bug you about it again." I'm like, "Okay."
What episode was it?
It was Fall Weather Friends, so the one where Applejack and Rainbow Dash are racing for the Running with Leaves. And I'm a big NASCAR fan, and very quickly took a liking to Rainbow Dash, and I was like, okay, this is not a character
Tier.
What?
It's a bleep tier.
Oh. Whatever. And so I didn't realize then, after I'd watched the episode, by any means, that I was going to be into the show. In fact, I saw it and I went, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Okay. A week later, I moved to school, And I had 3 days before anything was starting up with school, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll watch the first episode just to see. And it was about 8 hours later, as I was halfway through the season, that I kind of stopped and was like, it's 4 a.m. Damn it. And it was at that moment that I realized I was a brony.
16 episodes of Bronies React later. Yeah, it's very, very sure that you're a brony.
Yeah, it's always like a constant reminder. It's like, oh yeah,
Never forget what you are.
it's there.
All right, next question.
And yeah.
How have you seen the fandom evolve since when it started, 2011, 2012 till
That's
now?
a good question.
It's the exact same.
Like, what are your thoughts?
That's a joke. Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna throw this out. I got into the show just at the beginning of season 2.
Yes.
So right before that started was when I had that massive viewing party by myself. So I think you guys were both into the show before I was.
A few months before.
So you probably saw
Yeah.
a little bit more on the transition.
Yeah, we both arrived like September 2011, right before season 2 started.
Wait, that's when you showed up?
Yeah.
It was around
Or
August
August.
for me.
Yeah.
So okay, maybe we all got in right around the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how that happened. I went to the second BronyCon, the one that was in.
New Jersey?
That's the one.
Yeah.
And that was crazy. I mean, it was only about 1,000 or 2,000 people there.
2,000 people.
No, it was 4,000.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was 4,000 because there was 4,000 tickets and they sold out.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, I remember.
They threw half of them away. Yeah, good work, everybody.
No, that's Babscom.
So when I first went to that con, like a lot of folks had like just stars in their eyes. Oh my God, it's Peter New. Oh my God, it's freaking Tara Strong. Brody's gonna change the world. Delancey lead us into a glorious future. And I think a lot of us were really excited about what Bronies were. Like it's almost like this fanatical like, man, we're like more than just a fandom. We're a family.
We're starting something big.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so different compared to anything else from like before. Like to have this weird juxtaposition of, I think it's that word, right? Of like pink and guys.
Yeah.
And now I feel like over the years it's grown to be a bit more comfortable where it's like no longer as like crazy excited over it. We like it. We have fun as a fandom, nerd out, have a good time, hang with your friends. We're not going out there to change the world, just maybe change a few people. Like, not even like, I'm going out there to do that directly. It just so happens, hey, my friend showed him the show, he likes it now, and now he's a bit more tolerant of pink stuff where he's like not so quick to being like, pink, it's girly, get it away from me. Now he's like, nah,
Anime.
yeah, exactly. But that's my opinion on the matter. I want to hear what these guys have to say.
No.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
Yeah.
The one thing that I've noticed is that I think a lot of times lately, like back when I got into it, it was still very much like bright eyes and everyone was just so excited. Where it seemed like there came a transition where everyone started getting really cynical and worried about what's the fandom becoming. And I was like,
I got a story now.
guys,
Oh my God,
like
you're right.
everyone acted like at some point, it's funny because I often see it sometimes referenced as, like a lot of the new fans, and I'm like,
Well, here's another thing I've noticed is over the years, a lot of the intended demographic is starting to catch on, like little girls. And weirdly enough, and weird as in like I was like I didn't expect that, is seeing like little girls and their parents or kids and their parents go to these conventions, and they're like, okay, it's like that's pretty awesome.
that's a good thing. That's a very good thing.
To see these very different demographics just walking like, we're all having fun.
Yeah, and that's a very good transition because of course when it all started out, like when the conventions were going on, it was a bunch of people online going, oh, this thing's happening, we gotta go, let's meet up. It's always been a place where a lot of people who don't have the opportunity to see each other, like the three of us up here, get to go to and see each other and get to hang out. And for a lot of people who go to these conventions, that's what it is. But like you said, it has now transcended also into all ages fans of the show, and the fact that that the conventions have definitely caught on. I mean, at this one we have a children's corner where they get to go and do their own thing and experience it for themselves, and I think that's really important and it's a very good sign, I think, for the fandom.
At BronyCon, you see these little girls running up to a Twilight cosplayer and taking pictures with their, like it's like a Disneyland thing. It's like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I got a story though. So, Unicon. Anybody familiar with Unicon?
I heard about it.
So that was around the time where I guess bronies were. I say bronies, I'm going to call them, but whatever, just for the sake of making this easy. So Unicon was a scam. For those who don't know, it was this convention.
Does anyone not know what Unicon was?
I heard of a DashCon.
There's a couple people. Basically, it was a convention that just real quick. They showed up and they said, "Hi, we just got 95% of the staff to get out here."
A lot of them.
And then at a certain point during the convention, everyone realized there was no money for this convention.
And then it wasn't until like Saturday night that we found out. So you had like, it was really weird because you see like Terrastron, Tabitha, Delancey, all these big names, and you're looking at them on stage, and then the room had like maybe like 50 people in it. And it's like, where is everybody? Why are there so many show staff, which probably costs a lot of money, and there's nobody here to really support it? There's something, numbers aren't adding up right here.
Yeah.
And it made sense because it was a scam. They took a lot of money, the convention just ran away with it. And there was almost, this is the story that I love sharing, is Dusty Cat. Y'all know who Dusty Cat is?
Yeah.
Okay, it was Manless Brownie. He had this like Las Vegas, like, suit, tie, shindig.
We showed up in a racing helmet and a 10-gallon hat.
Dusty doesn't like us. No, he likes us. He's like our uncle, we give him a hard time. So, we found out at that party from Lee Tokar and his agent, he pulled some of us to the side saying, "Hey, there's no money here. We have no way to get home." And people were freaking out because they thought if Hasbro finds out that this went down, they might be like, there are no more cons ever again. And we have all of these like network heads and people who are, I guess, kind of popular in the pony fandom in this room. It was basically the Council of Elrond, but for bronies. And I'm just sitting in the corner, I'm like, this is kind of funny. When in reality, it's like, we're about to maybe get like nailed to a cross if we don't figure this out. Which they raised a bunch of money to get the show staff back home. It's now all water under the bridge, but it was also a very good lesson for those to because we were very doe-eyed, what can go wrong? There are people who will take advantage of that in a heartbeat.
And that's where you think people started to get a little bit more cynical.
Yeah, and then people kind of figured out okay, it's not as bad anymore.
Yeah.
And wasn't that kind of around season 3?
It was the beginning.
Season 3's ending.
We're
One
the
of the
ending
most
of it.
controversial things in the entire show. And doesn't it seem like that cynicism kind of came in around the same time of the end of season 3?
With Twilight, I think.
Yeah.
That was really controversial. And it seems like that cynicism kind of coincided with that.
Yeah.
And then Las Vegas Unicon was kind of around that same time, if I remember.
Well, the thing is, once the show goes on, I think for long enough, people are gonna hit a point where there's certain people that are like, I don't like this change.
Yeah.
And some people just lose interest. It just happens. But then you get the people that get into the show. There's probably somebody today who just discovered the show somehow and was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There's groups of people that get together for this stuff? That's great.
All those confused people in the lobby.
One of the largest portions of analysis people who do an analysis of My Little Pony. A lot of those guys, which is really popular right now, are new fans. Like they showed up last a year or two. That's kind of a testament that the show's still popular. It's still doing its thing.
Yeah.
Okay, some of you are raising your hands. You right there.
Well, going back to the whole convention concept and how many people are now so used to it, but back when it first started, people were kind of about it, especially when in 2012 when Howard Stern had his guy Wolfie heading out to BronyCon and Stern gave this incredibly biased and just a real cynical description of the whole thing. But again, he's Howard Stern.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do.
I almost made a brony drag to that.
No,
it was on the table, but then I was like, you know what? This is one of those things we just need to laugh off and let it go.
Don't give
I think that's the whole point of Howard Stern. Basically,
and then I was kind of upset about it, but now that I'm older, I'm sort of desensitized to the whole thing, and I'm kind of used to it. And I think we as a community have all grown.
I think it also helped make us stronger at the beginning too.
Yeah.
One thing about the internet in general, it's called the Barbra Streisand effect.
Yeah, the Barbra Streisand effect.
Where she said Barbra Streisand was having
nobody come to my wedding.
She said nobody come to her wedding. Take pictures of it, right?
Right.
And everybody showed up to her wedding and take pictures of it. So you're told to don't do this. It's like reverse psychology. We're going to do it.
It's like a kid.
Yeah. Don't eat that candy. Well, now I'm thinking about it. And the same thing goes for the internet where
Speaking of candy, I have candy.
You've been holding out on us? What?
Yeah.
Why do you have candy?
I don't know.
Endless demo, that's fine.
I forgot. I was gonna.
I also got some dolphin food in this pocket.
So, well, I've gone to the internet for those who who wants to take a lesson from this. So if you ever run into a person who's really pissing you off with their comments, don't reply. Like seriously, what is it the game? Like just if you don't say anything at all, like I get so many people who leave me like 3 paragraphs of just pissed off comments, and the best I can get out of it is just not replying to it because they just wasted so much time of their life writing that shit, and I denied them the chance to get any kind of like attention to it.
I had someone who was really mad at. For those that don't know, I make these memoir videos, pretty much of P&Vs of an entire season, and I had somebody respond to it in a huge. I mean, they wrote an essay on this video of why they were upset about it. But I laughed because I did read through it, but I'm just sitting there like, literally, 7 out of the 8 things that you complained about are in the video. They just sometimes and then there's the people that, like you said, there's people that aren't there to actually give you critique. They're there to just bash on you. It's like, all right.
You've been raising your hand for a while. What's up?
Yeah, I just want to like going back to the cons. Like, I heard the infamous story of DashCon.
That's the
Yeah.
ball pit one, right?
Yeah.
I always think it's Rainbow Dash whenever it's not someone says, I'm like, Dash.
Like,
That-
Daily actually had like the joke of Rainbow Dash in the ball pit.
The DashCon was also a scam, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was the.
It was a Tumblr con.
Yeah.
That's the worst
And like
idea.
it was basically just like there was nothing, right?
I'm sure you could think of worse.
What's weird is like I watched some of the videos from DashCon and
Maybe
like Alec Baldwin.
What?
Did you say Alec Baldwin?
No. Tumblr over here. Paleo was saying that's probably like the worst idea, having a Tumblr convention. And at first I said, no, you could probably think of worse things. And then I sat here and went, no.
An Alec Baldwin convention. Why not? All right, let's see how much time do we have left here?
Like 9 minutes.
Okay, let's do a few more questions. Yes.
What did you guys think of the 2-month hiatus, and why did you think they did it?
2 months,
Between what?
It's probably something to do with like.
Did you even notice?
I don't.
oh yeah, in the
I
middle of
watched
the
the
season.
show, but I don't watch it like the day of. So I still got seasons 4 episodes I need to catch up on still. You guys are like, I'm getting out. I think they're talking about a possible year-long hiatus coming up again with this next season.
Hasbro said something to the effect of that the year-long hiatus between season 4 and 5 was a mistake.
Oh, okay.
At least that's what I've been told.
But I heard that there might be another one for 5 and 6. They're like, it was a mistake.
We learned, we will not learn from it.
It was a mistake. Only 9 months.
What it is they're gonna go straight into season 6, and then after season 6 it's gonna be like a year-long hiatus.
Because they're making a movie.
Yeah, because they're gonna do the season.
That makes more sense.
And
They're
the
gonna
Western Girls.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
there's gonna be the Western Girls, and then
They haven't-
season.
well,
I think we're getting close to Generation 4 coming to an end here eventually.
Yeah, if
So-
they're going straight into season 6 though, like when we hear about an announcement of the premiere.
Daniel Ingram's working hard on something, that's all.
Yeah.
There's a theory out there. There's a theory going around that they're only gonna do 7 seasons because that's like Harry Potter or whatever.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like gonna play it that way.
This has to be Larson's fault.
It could be because of Larson, but yeah, that's the whole thing. They're gonna do the season 7, and then that's gonna be the end pretty much.
6 seasons in a movie.
That would be twice.
Wow.
All right, yes.
On a related topic, because we were just talking about the potential seasons, if it was to be 7 seasons, 4 Equestria Girls movie, and 1 full-length pony movie, would that satisfy you as far as
Yeah.
like the
I mean, that's a lot of
It's got a
content.
good ending.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, the Kimo Crusaders are get their marks. It's like, what else is there?
Can I tell you one thing that makes me laugh though? Is how many people, monkeys do, yeah. But how many people are convinced that once the show ends, the fandom's gonna just go
I mean,
away?
Milo
I'm
Pony
like,
Ciderfest.
guys, I'm part of the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers fandom, and that series ended in the early 90s, and
Star Trek.
this was before the internet was around yet.
All 24 of them.
There are at least 3 dozen, so shut up.
Yeah, this is like the 4th generation of ponies, so there's gonna be another.
There'll be a 5th one.
Yeah.
Hasbro made good money from this.
They know, they see dollar signs, so they
I always feel like they're gonna do like they did with Star Trek, where the series and then they do like another like a spin-off, a sequel series.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be another Star Trek series soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're gonna do something like that, where it's gonna be like different characters and stuff.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams is overseeing all that.
For Mile Pony?
No.
That's not sort of laughing.
That'd be hilarious.
Lucas. All right, so let's do. We got about 6 more minutes. So yes.
Yeah, 6 more minutes.
do you think it's a bad thing if Hasbro, if they were to do another series after this show's over, do you think it would be a bad thing for them to put a lot more focus on, oh, the bronies were such a big thing in this generation, let's do that again with the next generation? Do you think they should not do that, or should they just
I think what they should do is
should they stick with little girls, or should they
The show's-
now start focusing on
Well, this show didn't start with them focusing on little girls.
They never really changed it. They just thought, we'll make something good, like for where a parent can sit down and watch it with their daughter or son or whatever, and that's what they're aiming for, is where like both demographics could enjoy it. They just never expected that older, like college guys would get into it too.
Here's what I hope, all right, that they have a Generation 4.5. And it's produced by the same people that made Generation 3.5.
They go back to the roots.
I always have the assumption that Western Girls was Generation 4.5.
I want to see the start of we're all the brains are excited. Oh my God, Generation 4.5. It's like an awesome intro, and then party. G3.5 Pinkie Pie's return. Again, but
I think what they should do is they should find a Lauren Faust type person to
Lauren Faust.
Yeah, like Lauren Faust, and then have them oversee the series and let them have the creative control that they should have.
Because Lauren, she went to Hasbro back in 2009 to pitch her idea of Milky Way and the Galaxy Girls to Hasbro, and Hasbro was like, that sucks. Let's do something different. Hey, My Little Pony's available. You want to do that? And she's like, I like My Little Pony, I guess. Sure, but I want to do it my way. Give me full creative control. I'm like, sure. How's it going?
High five.
Air five.
5 minutes. Okay.
And so a lot of the ideas and themes and characters she had in Milky Way and the Galaxy Girls, she put into My Little Pony, which is why it really hurts a lot for her to see her show go on without her. And that's why you don't really see her at cons as often anymore. But she doesn't show up at cons now.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Must be some good money.
Yeah.
Hey, if I could get paid $30,000 or $20,000 or $10,000 to go to a con, sign me up.
That's why you don't go to cons, right?
You got me. Alright, any other questions? What's up?
What did you guys think about the April Fool's jokes that they've been doing over the years?
They've been doing April Fool's jokes?
The Hasbro stuff, like the Apple version.
My big pony, and it's like this giant pony.
I haven't seen that.
Or Dragonfire.
No, I missed these.
Hasbro did this thing for April Fools. I don't remember what year.
Oh yeah, it was like 2014 maybe.
It was
We didn't see this year too long.
My Little Pony.
It was like an anime version of.
Oh my God.
It was a Sailor Moon.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
I feel like if I saw it, I would be like, oh, okay, I remember. But yeah, no, I missed them. We're all like,
Alright, y'all want to do a lightning round?
let's do it.
Alright, lightning round. So, you ask questions, we'll shoot rapid answers right back
Waffles
at
or
you.
pancakes?
Waffles.
Pancakes.
100 years waffles. Waffles.com.
Pancakes.
Waffles.
Pancakes.
What's wrong with you?
I need my pancake bros here.
They don't exist because
Oh.
they're bad. Next question.
Oh.
Yes.
Trump or Carson?
Oh my God.
We said Trump, I think Hearthstone Trump. Shit.
And when you say Carson, I thought of Nevada.
I'm not gonna vote.
Whatever. Keep going.
Next question. Yes.
Fun for whiskey.
I think it's a fun Kirby.
Apple
whiskey.
juice.
Fun Kirby?
A fun Kirby on whiskey. Yes.
yes or no?
Both.
Yes.
Yes.
Paper or plastic?
No.
I'll carry it. Yes.
Roll or melee?
Mayo.
iOS or Android?
What's that?
iOS or Android?
Cyborg. Yes.
Cat or dog person?
Fish.
Dog.
Bird.
Fish.
Bird.
Don't be shy. But yes, that question.
Supernovas or black holes?
Milk or orange juice?
Well, I prefer orange to my cereal.
I like milk.
Yeah.
Supernovas or black holes?
Legos.
Favorite breakfast cereal?
Favorite breakfast cereal?
Cinnamon toast.
Oatmeal. Yes. Yes.
If you eat it.
Yes.
Yes.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick.
Arthritis is not an instrument either.
Yes.
Bill Nye can't have.
Oh.
The other one, because Bill Nye said crap about NASCAR this week. So I'm
Are you serious?
What? Yeah, he did.
Why would
He went on a rant about how this was why NASCAR is the anti-NASA, and it was like, What the hell, Bill?
Bill, why
He was going on explaining why NASCAR's all old technology and they never advance anything. And I'm like, right, that's why we can crash a guy 200 miles per hour into the wall and he's just fine. No, nothing's been done. Okay,
Why
well,
would Bill Nye come out of nowhere and argue about that?
Isn't that the same guy?
becoming
It's like
irrelevant. I don't know.
It's like how the Democrats were
He
actually
pissed off a lot of NASCAR people. It was kind of funny.
We ain't gonna watch your Senate show no more.
Isn't Bill like the same guy who like debated against Kim Ham?
What?
Bill and I debated creation evolution.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
Bill Nye just goes to Twitter.
Now
He's
you
like, "Fuck that
know.
That's my Super Short show. All right. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that was just a cheer for Mike's Super Short.
Yeah, I remember that stuff. It's sweet. All right, so we got.
What do we got?
1 minute. Oh no, we're all.
That's
we're
over?
done. We're done.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Last one.
Who's best pony?
Twilight.
Yeah.
Rage quit.
Black Beauty.
Rage quit. You only have 30 seconds.
Rainbow Dash. It's funny because it's quiet because I was like, I gotta think of something good. Rainbow Dash.
All right, guys, this is the POS Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you all next time.
Look us up on YouTube.
And don't forget, there's a Who's Line panel tomorrow.
11:30 a.m. and then there's a Bernie breakdown panel.